Okay, and I'm going to do the summary as well. No, the summary's already going. So and just wait a few minutes for, oh, it's 5 minutes afterwards. Okay, so people will join as they join. So now, is there any topic or anything that you would like to chat about or discuss? Okay.
You want to keep talking about Canva, please do.
Okay, so yeah, so I actually I have learned some things about Canva, and I did a post about them, and there's so much talk lately about AI, and I have been just exploring and I'm really interested in it. So I've been learning kind of more and more about AI, and I did a training recently where I learned more about chat GPT prompts and rada and while I don't personally think that like I can create prompts and give them to you, Linda, or sell them to you and they're going to work for you like they work for me. But what I have learned is, it is kind of a lot about the prompts. But what I think a lot of us get sort of carried away with the whole idea of doing, let's see, wait a minute, that's that. Of doing AI with, chat GPT, et cetera, that we don't think about other things like Canva. And Canva has a fairly robust, let me just get this photo. I was trying to get this ready ahead of time, and one of these photos did not, okay, did not save the way I wanted it to. Okay, so let's put that over there. Does anybody use the Canva AI, the Magic Studio? Nope.
No,
Okay.
actually, have used it once or twice. For photos, I took some words out of one photo that somebody had sent me in a PDF,
Uh-huh.
turned it from a PDF into a JPEG.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I've done some of that. I've used the magic eraser to remove backgrounds,
Okay.
but that's about as far as I've gone so far.
So I have a couple things that I'd like to show you, and one of them is using the magic eraser. But I found that there's this whole other thing now. Magic Studio is only available. Let me just share my screen. Magic Eraser is only available to pro members, but most of the people I know are pro members. I don't know why I can only. Okay, now I can see everybody. I don't, is everybody here a pro member, Canva? Yeah, okay. So, and can you see my screen here? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So one of the things, and this is what Linda was talking about, is Magic Eraser. And I know like for me, there we see photos and like with this, for example, this background here, I would find distracting. So if I was going to use this, I would want to maybe change that. And so if you go into Magic Studio, there's the background remover, which I think we're all aware of and we've used for a while. And this is the magic eraser. And so you just brush over things that you want to remove. So for me, it would be this. And I have used it to remove, like, if have a picture of me sitting in a chair and I just want to take a bit of the chair kind of off of that. Then you can use like a smaller brush and it takes a few minutes. So I'm just going to keep rambling here about nothing while it's while it's doing its little thing. But I've used this particularly when I was working with clients on like their LinkedIn banners and they wanted a office, but one of the walls had something on it and I took it off. So okay, come on, hurry up. That's the only thing I don't like is it takes like a long time. So now you can see that it's mostly gone. And I have a couple little things here. So I can just, remove them. I don't know why they didn't come out the first time.
Annette, does this work on video and pictures?
I don't know because I haven't tried that. I don't know how it could since it seems to be only for edit photo. But
Okay.
now that you've asked me, I will look and see if that might work on video. I personally I can't imagine, but we shall see. So now you can see that it's completely gone. Now I will say that I tried doing it like over here when because I did a video and I showed this on a video, and sometimes it doesn't look quite right. Like I also tried it on this and you could see sort of the lines in the background. I can show you that here. All right, let's see. If you just take this, sometimes some places it works better than in others. But I think a lot of people, it's so easy to jump on to like, oh, ChatGPT or Perplexity, or I've learned some other cool ones lately. But I forget myself about Canva, which has so many things to offer on it. All right. Does this drive you crazy when you use it, Linda, that it takes forever? It's like, and so you can see still looks pretty good. That it looks pretty good. It really does make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, that's something that's really cool. But something that I learned about recently, we just move this up here, is this thing called Magic Grab. So I did this. So in order to start here, I would edit the photo because I have two black lab mixes. Brenda's dog Pepper is my other favorite lab, the only my favorite that's not my own. So I would rather have a dog sitting here than the cat. So I'm going to go into edit photo, magic eraser, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the cat. Just take him out, her, whatever, they, them, her, his, him, cat here, and take that just off of the sofa here. And when it does come off, you'll see that it's not quite as clean as the ones with the background because you can see the sort of texture of the sofa here. And again, takes forever. Next thing doesn't take quite as long. All right. It reminds me of that. I think it's Abbott and Costello, that slowly I creep step by step. Anyway, so you can see here that, you could go in, I could go in and finesse this a little bit more. But my goal here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dog sitting next to this person instead. So I've already selected this picture here of this little dog. I'm click on the picture and I'm going to click on Magic Grab. Now, Magic Grab has grabbed the dog. So I can, whoop. All right, let me do this. Usually it just grabs it without taking the background, but okay. And it takes the background off of it as well. No, wait a minute. Cancel. Wait a minute. Sorry about this. This is one of those learning experiences. All right, background remover. So now we have the dog. So I would flip the dog around and I'm going to make the dog a little bigger here and set it over like this. So now I can have the picture of the dog sitting on the sofa looking up, at his or her human. So isn't that cool?
I've used that Magic Grab once. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. I mean, you have to be careful in the sense that it will only grab, whatever is in the middle. But I've used Magic Eraser and Magic Grab to grab things to take them, like if you want to take it out of the image. But it doesn't work as well if you put a photo, like something. I'm trying to think. Um, if you put something like this in there, it you you never quite know if where it's going to get. It may grab a few things. It isn't. Now, see, this did just grab her, but I've seen it grab, other things besides. So you could take her and put her in a picture doing something else, which I thought was pretty cool. I actually tried this with a bunch of people that I had taken out that were jumping around and doing stuff like that. So I think this is something, I don't know, do you think you might find a use for this?
I've used it already once or twice.
Okay. And I can see Brenda and Vincent both say yes, but they're on mute, so I can't hear you.
So where I did it was to help make a YouTube thumbnail
Okay.
from a screenshot.
And you pulled something out and added it to your thumbnail?
I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really cool. There's so many things. I was watching a video about different features, and that's where they were talking about it. And I just actually tried it recently because I wanted to be able to show it to other people. So the one other thing that I wanted to show you, and this is kind of different. I spoke at a conference last year. This is me speaking. This is where I met Vincent. And but the pictures are like, so the room was this big dark cave because it was the hybrid room, and so they had a whole film crew on the side, and it was really like just being in a cavern. And I wanted to use these pictures in something, so I found out that I at the time I went in and I use the adjust. Have you used the adjust too, Linda? Okay. So I went in and I used the adjust here, and I'll just show you a little bit of what I did. And I don't remember exactly because I didn't keep track of it at the time, but what you can do, edit photo and go into adjust. There's this whole range of things that you can do. Now, to me, this was like just so brown and kind of ugly. I tried putting it in something and it just looked terrible. So I went to like the saturation here and I made that less. So it doesn't have that same brown, brown, brown. And I made it a little sharper. So I looked a little sharper there. Then I went in and I raised the brightness. And what else did I do? Oh yes, I wrote this. I was writing this, making some notes this morning because I did this a while ago. And then you can change the tint as well. So now you can see that it really looks different. Now, I don't remember exactly what I did, but I will show you this is the difference in the picture. This is how it looked originally, and this is how it looked. And I was able to put it into a grid where it worked better than before. So it's just, you know, I so is this something that you think you would use, Linda?
I might. The change in the picture itself is really dramatic.
It is. It is. And again, I don't remember because I did this when I was finally getting around to creating a speaker sheet. And I first created it. And let's see. It first looked like, okay. Okay, here we are here. When I first created it, it looked really brown. Is this the brown one? No, that's the lighter color one. I think. Yeah, this is the first one that I did. It was really, it looked really, brown and just kind of dark and unattractive. And after I went back and I changed all this stuff, I changed it to this, which, I think looks more inviting. I did it with this picture as well. And that I thought, and I brightened this up, this audience shot, and that gave me, what I think looks much better. I mean, what do you think? Yeah. Okay. So I
Yeah,
thought,
much better.
yeah. And it's just, there's so many things, and just like LinkedIn, really, they keep adding stuff all the time, to Canva. And I didn't think of that idea, Linda, of actually taking it and using it, in something else. I was just trying this first just for a demonstration because I wanted to, do something and be able to do a video about it. But I think it's amazing. So how else have you used this?
I've just started playing with it, so those are really the only things I've done. The big one that I use is the background.
Right, right. And you all use the background remover, correct? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we all do.
I use that one a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I actually I have had my background image that I'm kind of ashamed to say that I've been using the headshot that I kind of took myself, and I've been using my background, um my image with my background with my dog pictures behind me. And I was listening to actually a photographer on Brenda's LinkedIn Live. I was listening to the podcast yesterday, and after listening to him, I was inspired to actually remove remove the background from my photo. And so, I did that there. So, I mean, this is something, but this is something too with my photo that I did, is I brighten this up using um, the Canva background, the Canva photo enhancer to make it look much better. Looks really younger too, so that's a little bit deceiving, but I decided to do that. I did that a while ago. So what do y'all think?
Can I add something in it?
Yes, please do. Please do.
So
I'm kind of running out of talk, so please do.
So one thing I use it for is I will sometimes use Canva's stock photos, and I've got the premium edition, so you can
Yep.
like pull the photos and like the desktop with a plant and a coffee mug and a pen.
Yep.
And sometimes I'm using it for my web pages, but the plant is coming into my header image on the page. So there's a way you can like knock out specific items from even their photos so that,
So like
it's not,
this.
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Where it's not knocking in, and then you can have it autofill, or let's say this picture was square, but you
Okay.
wanted to make it rectangular. Have you done that version of it too, where it autofills the background?
No, I have not. Tell us
So
how.
go back to adding in this picture without resizing it. Like just
Okay.
click it and have it go into the middle of it. So if you click on edit photo
Mm-hmm.
and magic expand, it's the third one with the ladybug,
Oh, I haven't tried that yet. So cool. Okay.
and then click on whole page.
Uh-huh.
So you're telling Canva, I want you to expand it to fill the whole page, but using this as a starting point. And it won't move or elongate, it just extends the photo.
Thank you.
That's a
I
great
had no
tool.
idea.
And it's not perfect because it's AI generated, but
Yeah.
it'll fill the plant, and we'll see like what it looks like once it gets done. It'll fill the plant, and then sometimes it'll add like another plant, and here's a bookcase, on the
Yeah.
end of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That
it
it that,
it kind of says, what do I think would go next in the image behind this?
no, I love that. It's kind of like when you ask like ChatGPT you know, work on something, you have to tell it don't editorialize, or it starts adding what it thinks you should add. So, okay. So then, do you also remove? So this is something too that you could end up like here.
Yeah, I don't like the small green thing on the, because my eyes go. So you can like, now you can play with the back, what's it called? Magic eraser.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And just take that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought there was, you know, I was working with a client not long ago who I will, as we all secretly know, kind of the name of the PITA, the pain in the ass. And she, for her background image on LinkedIn, which I thought was crazy, wanted a picture of an empty office. That's no writing, no nothing, the LinkedIn back. And I was trying to find something that she would like, because she was very picky. And I used the magic eraser. I found some office things and I used the magic eraser to go in and remove things so that I could create something that she would like. But I have not tried. I was looking at that magic expand and I didn't know what it did. So thank you. I will be using that because I do that all the time. And you expand something and again, it gets like all distorted.
Right. No, I like that a lot. Okay, so I want to talk another question about the grab. I don't
Mhm.
remember what it's called.
Magic
Can you-
grab.
Magic Grab, thank you. So does Magic Grab just decide on its own what it's going to grab, or can you help focus it?
I have tried, and what I have found is that it will grab what it sees to be the most I don't know, important image. Like if we try it with this, I'm guessing it would just grab the monitor.
Okay.
Um
I guess if you wanted it to grab the plant, you could remove the monitor and then redo the magic grab.
Oh, you
Mhm.
know what? It looks like it's going to grab more. It grabbed, okay. So it grabbed that. You know what? It looks like it grabbed the original picture.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that. So I don't know, let's try it with
Well, no,
something else.
I think the original picture only had half a plant.
Yeah. So it just grabbed the center. So
Okay.
I haven't tried that.
No, I was just curious.
No, I am as well. So I'm gonna just put it on here and let's see what it might grab. I'm thinking it might grab the two women. Like I have tried putting my cursor on different things and it hasn't really. Let's see, it grabbed all three. So I think that what it does is grab what's in the forefront,
Okay.
but you know, it's I don't know. I think it's really cool. I'm going to figure out other ways to use it because a lot of times for me, I find something and I want to put something else on it without, in some cases you could use the background remover, but I don't think that that would work the same way. I think the background remover, sometimes it does not remove the entire background. So,
Mhm.
so there's that. Any other thoughts?
I had
Yeah.
a question about the adjusting, how you were adjusting your photo, the brightness, all those things. And so I was curious, and the answer could be no. When I'm dealing with clients, LinkedIn, their avatar, their LinkedIn profile picture, I find myself needing to adjust brightness and all that over there. Inside when you upload a picture, you can, adjust and change the brightness.
Right,
and
right.
all that. So I'm just curious, have you done that? Or would you say is Canva gives you more options to fine tune, or is it just the same as the one that LinkedIn has? Because that's where I tend to adjust a lot, is dealing with those profile pictures over there.
I think Canva gives you more options.
Okay.
But that's just my personal opinion. And what I did after I mentioned, I was listening to the photographer on Brenda's, what's his name again? Scott Lawrence. Yeah, on Branda's podcast. And if you haven't listened to it, it's a great episode where he talks all about how to do these things. So what I did, this is my
Yeah.
new image, and what I did is kind of a combination of what you were talking about. Is I took that photo that I had the background of. I went into Canva and I took off the little background of the chair here, and the whole I removed the background, and then I erased the little background of the chair, and then when I uploaded it to LinkedIn, no, not that. I used the spotlight filter.
Okay.
And so that gave it a whole other really brightened and shined up my face. So I did, I guess I could say, I did a combination of the two using Canva and that. So that's what do you all think? I mean, you know, you're all doing linked, everybody's here, I think, is doing LinkedIn profiles for their clients.
Well, I can say that interestingly enough, we were both amazed. I was doing the final revision with one client, and he went to get a photo session. I definitely will check out that podcast. But I sent him to one of the photo studios that's pretty economical. They gave him 4 shots, and we were playing around with them. And I actually flipped it. Once I flipped it, we were both shocked that it looked a lot better. But I appreciate what you're bringing to the table, because I can do more over on Canva and then bring it in, and that can give me some additional options as well. Because all we were doing, or all I've been doing, is playing with the LinkedIn features. But again, there may be something I can do over there and do a combo like you're saying. So, but we were both amazed that just inverting the way he was facing kind of changed the whole thing as well. So
Yeah, I think the combination of using them to take and do one thing and use it with something else, sort of the combination of everything.
okay, okay.
Any other thoughts? Any other experiments we should try while we're here together?
Hey, Annette, I put into the chat, but I don't know if you've mentioned her already, but Brenda Cadman. She's
No.
she's a Canva expert, and I learned tips like I just showed you from her weekly email. So in her weekly email, she'll do like a video
Uh-huh.
demonstration of something, and she has a lot of really great free resources. So Brenda Cadman is her name, and I just put her Canva landing page inside the chat if anyone wants to check her out.
Awesome. And thank you for putting in the episode of your podcast, because I was looking it up on my screen on one of my other monitor, and I was gonna he has such great, I actually just went subscribe to his YouTube channel too. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. So
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for the shout out too. I appreciate it.
oh, well, one of my favorite podcasts. So what can I say? I learn a lot from it. Yeah, that's my basis. I learn as much as I can for free. And then when I get to a certain point, then I hire somebody else to come and to help me, coach me, and I'm lucky to have hired several really smart people to help me. But I get that too with the one of the things I think he and you were talking about on the podcast, the idea that the pictures that you get at the the free pictures at like conferences and stuff, and at the last, oh, look at my hair, at the last NRWA conference, they had a photographer there, and they had him set up separately to do photos, and and you get that the photos, I think just about everybody that was there had the photos taken, but it's like they're untouched and it's hard to use them. I mean, I never used any of the ones that I had, because they seemed also very artificial. So I think it depends so much. I wish I had somebody really good like that local to me, because the last time I had, and part of the reason that I take pictures myself is because although I'm on video all the time, but I hate to have my picture taken. I can't stand to have my picture taken. I'm so uncomfortable. And the last time I went to a professional, she had me like sitting on a stool in front of a backdrop and posing like this. And it was just so awkward. And the pictures were really awkward as well, because I think if you're not comfortable. Did you get your picture taken there, Vince, at the conference, the headshot?
No, I didn't know they were taking pictures, and I didn't look like I wanted a picture taken.
Some people
Well, oh,
like Paula Christensen, who I think, well, you and I both know. I don't know if anybody else knows her. She's a coach. She mostly coaches on interview coaching, and I mean, she's just stunning. So she had the untouched picture taken, and it looked fabulous. But it doesn't work quite that way with me. So anyway.
When you reach out to Scott, he's got a network of photographers across the country, and he might know somebody in your area to refer you to.
I will.
So,
I actually I reached out to him yesterday and asked him to be on my show, and he's deciding. I told him you would vouch for me.
well, it's hard because he's mainly serving people in Metro Detroit, I think is the challenge. But the angle might be for him, you have a national audience through your podcast and your show. So if he's looking to grow his YouTube following or anything,
Oh, no, no,
virtual services.
no, I get it. I get it. He just wanted to see some of my episodes, maybe to see I'm not a beast. But but no,
Same
I
thing.
will.
Quinn told me I'll message him and I'll say it, and that's a good egg. You should go on it.
Okay. No, I will, but that's one thing too, to get get a referral for somebody. And I would, I don't know, anybody here like to have their picture taken? No.
It's bad. It's not good, not good.
It's really uncomfortable. So just to announce, because Deidre arrived late, that we are recording this on YouTube. And so it is up there on YouTube. We'll be putting it also in our little private group that we have. And I'll be sharing it, parts of it on my podcast as well. You know what I forgot to do in the beginning, because I was so wanting to prepare what I was going to show y'all, is to do introductions. So now that we have a full house, can we do introductions in the middle? What do you think? Okay, why not? So who wants to start? Vince, you want to start, because you're the only man here. So why don't you start?
sure, sure. Hi, I'm Vince. I'm the man, and I met Annette at the last conference back in September, and I gotta say that's really when my interest in the resume writing took off. I started resume writing about a year and a half ago, just out of the blue. I've been in HR for 30 years, and I've written many resumes. And I thought, hey, I could probably do this. I saw an advertisement for subcontractors, and I started doing that. And since then, I got certified, and I'm still doing training this year, and hoping to start taking on my own business. And I'm thinking of starting some light marketing for that going forward. I'll be at the next conference, and I'm looking forward to that. So, hello, everyone.
Linda, you want to go next? I thought I saw you raising your hand.
Vince, Vince said hello. I was just saying hello back.
Oh, okay. The next conference too is in Providence, Rhode Island. So it's right around the corner from me. I'm so excited. I don't even have to get on a plane.
So that was your teaser about saying you were doing something in Rhode Island coming up.
Yeah. So anyway, Linda, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Linda Brubaker, and I'm a career strategist and job search coach. And my niche is that I help people to discover and highlight their transferable skills to find their next forever jobs. My feeling is that there are no forever jobs anymore. And so the idea is that you need to be able to hire your next boss, your next company, and find the right spot for you.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Go ahead, Brenda. always volunteer,
And
right?
I'm like, I never like to jump in, but nobody else is volunteering, so I'll go. First of all, I'm a huge fan and supporter of Annette Richmond and delighted to be here. My name is Brenda Meller. My area of specialty is LinkedIn. And what I tell people is I help entrepreneurs, job seekers, and business professionals to get a bigger slice of the LinkedIn pie. I come from a marketing background, so my insights are always from the perspective of a marketer, helping you to connect with your ideal target audience and focus on your business goals. And delighted to be here.
Thank you
Well,
so Go ahead,
I'll
Den.
go ahead and go
Yep.
next. I'm Denise Hempel, and I am a 6-time certified career strategist and career coach. I primarily assist career professionals in their transitions, whether it's a promotion, whether they're seeking a pivot, or again, some need that help bouncing back from a layoff. And so I'm excited to be part of the group just to, again, get those content tidbits because clients themselves, job seekers themselves need to start engaging more and just wanted to learn as much as I can and execute as much as I can on their behalf.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So, Deidre, are you just putting it in? Are you going to stay silent and just putting, you want me to just introduce you from the chat? Okay. Well, I will take the silence as a yes. So, Deidre is a certified HR professional, love helping job seekers and happy to be here. So, thanks again for joining us. So I'm Annette Richmond and, I help coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, and I will say, business owners, small business owners, attain sustainable social media visibility and growth. Particularly on LinkedIn, and other platforms as well. And Brenda put her LinkedIn profile in the chat. Please put your LinkedIn profiles in the chat. If you're not connected with me already, please connect with me. I think I'm connected with all of you. And if you're not following Brenda, I highly recommend it. She is a wealth of knowledge. I will always say that the best thing I ever learned from you, Brenda, is to start thinking like a marketer. And yes, that's what I was talking about when I did that little tease this morning. The NRWA conference is in Providence, Rhode Island. And I am going to be one of the speakers there. I know that they are putting out a little spotlights, little sneak peek tomorrow. But there's a lot of things that aren't really finalized. Like I don't know exactly when I'm speaking or anything yet. So that's why I said details to come later. But it's such an exciting thing for me to speak to a crowd. It's so much fun, right? I mean, it's like the best time to get up in person and speak to a group. Like I love virtual. I'm talking to a group in Arizona virtually next month, but in person is like the best. So we still have some time here together. Anything else we can chat about? I'm kind of talked out. Anybody else got anything else to share? Oh, come on now. My goodness. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me all right. So everybody's putting their things in the chat. So see, the dogs are gonna speak for me, but they don't have much to say of interest, I don't think. Okay, well, I don't like to end early, but I'm not sure what I can keep chatting about. Anybody, one thing, oh, you know what? I do have one thing that I would like to show you that I learned recently. Everybody here use ChatGPT? Okay. So I learned something and I love it. I use it every day, probably. I have had it. I recently learned how to have it, create an outline for a sort of a course that I'm working on. But one thing that I want to show you, um, that I think is really kind of cool that I didn't know about, I just learned about, is something here that you can go in and do, because I have trouble having it talk like me. And so what I found out is you can go in, if you click on your name, you can go in to customize ChatGPT, and you can put, like here, I put, a little bit about me. This is what I do, blah, blah, blah. And, just filling in a little bit about my background. But I also put in here, how would I like them to respond? That I prefer clear, concise language, no ridiculous superlatives, because I find if I put something in there, a lot of times they use these, it sounds like, if they're talking about me, it sounds like they're talking about me like I'm sort of the queen of the world or something. And so I found that when I put this in about preferring persuasive language rather than sort of the over the top salesy, that it really helped it send me back information that sounded more like me. So were you aware of that before? Because I just learned about this last week. Nope. We're a small group, y'all. You could
Yeah,
all
I've
unmute.
actually,
Go ahead.
yeah, I've actually used that feature quite a bit. I created a resume writing assistant,
Uh-huh.
and put into there how I want that the AI to respond, and that I want it to follow the Greg reference manual, and it's been really helpful in getting that assistant to focus on what I'm looking for.
So do you put like different parts of content and then have it write like parts of it? Or
Well, yeah, what I do, I'll use it to kind of give me a base of information. So I've put entire resumes into it, and then given it a job description, and have asked it to tell me what are the competencies that this person has that match exactly what the
oh,
job is looking for. Lay out the competence for me, so I get my keywords, so to speak. And so I use it for that kind of thing. Or I'll say, give me, here's some information, write me 6 bullet points, and then it gives me kind of a base to start with.
yeah, I find it to be really good for summarizing. I started writing when I write my articles for like my LinkedIn newsletter, and I'll take the article and post it in ChatGPT and ask it to give me like 5 top takeaways. And then I add that to the bottom of all of my articles, the top takeaways that it will give me. And I find that it really helps to, summarize things like that. So, Linda, you're squinching your face.
Sorry, I'm sitting here and all of a sudden bright sunlight right in front of me, which
Ah.
I'm not going to complain about. I love it. We're in Chicago, and have sun this time of year is fantastic. So sorry, that's what it is.
Oh, no, no, okay. Well, I have to tell you, I live well, I say Metro New York, I live in Connecticut, and it has just been raining and raining and raining for, it seems like months. It's been raining kind of almost every day, and it goes from one day last week it was 70, and then the next day it was like 36.
We're the
That's
same.
well, yeah, I mean, New England is like that. So
That's why I don't have the blinds closed and why I'm standing here just enjoying.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for summer to come. So, anything else? We have like a little bit more time, but if we're done, I don't like to end early, but if we're done chatting, we can, and you all wish to move on, we could do that too. It's up to you. I
So
will.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Okay. With LinkedIn's new push to some of their videos,
Mhm.
what does anybody think about that? The idea of the video stream I don't know if anybody's a beta tester or whether that's still out there.
I have been eagerly awaiting it. It's the stream. I think it's only on mobile.
It is
On mobile, where if you look at the bottom, and I was just looking for my phone, which
and it's only on an Apple. It's not on anything else.
yeah, well, I have an Apple, and every time I update my LinkedIn mobile app, I keep hoping I'll get it so that you can look like. So here's the thing. Here's what I think. I think that the push towards the short form videos and doing that, and something that Liam posted the other day about now having this thought leaders be able to, you know, promote and all this stuff. To me, I see that as LinkedIn seeing TikTok as more as a major competitor to them. And the other hand, anybody else on TikTok besides me? No. Okay. So I love TikTok, and I was really active in the past. I've been sick and whatever, so I haven't been active. I need to get back to it. But TikTok is on the same time as LinkedIn is pushing for the short form video and also the portrait, you know, the portrait dimension. TikTok has expanded so that if you post like a landscape video on TikTok, which the news programs, et cetera, have been doing like forever, you can now hit a button on the screen and it will turn it to landscape so that you can view it that way. And there also, you are now able to upload, I think it's up to 10 minutes of video on TikTok. And if you go to the app, the desktop TikTok app, it's a mouthful. It will ask you to divide it to make if you want TikTok to make it separated into clips of the single video. So I see that as you know, that they're looking at each other in a way that I don't see other apps like Instagram, you know, doing. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I've not really done much with TikTok at all, not even really looking at much of it. My concern with the LinkedIn version is that at least at this point, there's no way to search. There's no way to pick what you're going to see in their little mobile video app.
Well, maybe it'll come. I know TikTok has changed several times. I don't know why I don't have my phone with me. It's unusual, but if you go into TikTok, they've changed it several times. First, you could look at you could go to a feed and look at all the accounts you were following. Now they don't have that anymore, but you can go into Discover. You know, they keep changing too. They keep changing and they keep evolving. What were you going to say, Denise?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was actually clearing my throat.
Oh, okay.
I was clearing my throat, but while I was clearing my throat, I was looking because I'm on an email chain from LinkedIn themselves, and they put out events, lives on certain topics. And the last one that came over, I think just yesterday, was on the LinkedIn video, short form video. This is a paid LinkedIn employee that will explain this or that. So I was listening and looking for it and clearing my throat. So I could have swore it said you could invite people or share this event. So I was like, if that's something of interest or whatever, I don't know.
Oh, I would be interested.
So you're hearing from the horse's mouth. This is a LinkedIn employee, because I did the newsletter one, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know newsletters could do all of that, you know. So you're hearing from the horse's mouth. Is that something?
Yes.
It would be of interest to me. Can you put the link in the chat?
Okay, yeah, I'll keep looking for it. Yeah, continue. I know we're getting close to time, but I'll keep looking for it because I did sign up for the event myself.
That would be great.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But it seems that, you know, even, I don't know, maybe a year ago, like I was surprised when LinkedIn removed the profile video with the idea that it was, you know, cumbersome and people weren't using it, et cetera, et cetera. And I was asking people, you know, because I don't have any connections at LinkedIn, but we all know some people who do. And I was asking them if they thought, that this might be them, leaning more into video another way. And it looks like it is, you know, again, I love video. I haven't done as many lately just because I had the flu and an eye infection and I just was not camera ready. But I think it's fun and I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Personally, I know they talk about this and that. I don't think TikTok is going anywhere. We shall see, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't think so. I've heard rumblings that they may be doing like another app because they've gotten more into still photos. You can put still photos on TikTok, which is kind of like makes it more like maybe Instagram. So, I don't know. I'll be interested to see who emerges, from this.
Yeah.
But it's interesting and it's an exciting time. Well, Denise, if you ever do find it, can
You
you?
did.
I put it in the chat.
Oh, you
the link
did?
to it.
Oh my goodness.
I'll put the
Awesome.
title too. I'll put the title, but that was the link to that title. And yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that looks great. Tuesday at 1 p.m. Okay. I will be putting that on my calendar. Thank you so much. Okay, so LinkedIn News. Now I think I subscribed. I must subscribe to that. I'll have to check it out. Check it
Yeah.
out. But I just, and I see all this AI stuff too is becoming kind of more and more and more mainstream. I took a boot camp on kind of AI and sales last week. And I learned a bunch of, things to try. So I don't know. I love it. Anybody else here love AI like me?
I haven't tried much of it yet, so.
Go ahead, Vince.
At the last conference, they said that AI is not going to take your job away. But it's going to take away your job if you don't use it or something along that line. And so I started using that Chat GPT, and it's become a natural part of me doing business now and doing resumes.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great assistant that it helps out, saves you tons of time.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And yeah, I heard something like with AI too, and I looked at I was looking at, I think it was a Hootsuite survey that they did, and they were surveying employers to talk about like how they're going to be using AI, and they talk about it as making workloads lighter, not having fewer people, but maybe not having people so overworked. And I use it all the time too to summarize. I can put a big bunch of text in there and have it summarize it, give me bullet points, takeaways, and it saves so much time. So, well, I thank you all so much for joining me today. I sat here for a couple minutes by myself, like, oh no, is it just going to be me?